everybody, Tim Norris here, and well, I am with, every time I have to come to a convention, I am going to have to run into Mike Selinker at some point in time, and that means we have to sit down and talk a little bit about Pathfinder, obviously, right?
Okay with that. You know what, honestly, if we get into like the 18th time we do this, you know, in 2035, like, then I'm totally fine. Yeah, gosh, this one's just like all the other ones, but let's keep talking
Let's keep doing it, right? And now behind us we have, if you want to scan the room here a little bit, we have, this is the organized play section that we're actually doing our video in. This is where everybody sits down, they're going to actually open their golden shackles and they're going to play the game. Now, we have another person that is going to end up joining us that's going to go into a bit more detail about that. But Mike, in general, I mean, wow, I mean, if you look at the way
I know,
this has to make you feel good.
Oh, yeah. So, this is, you know, when we kind of thought about what the Pathfinder game can be, what the Adventure game can be, this is kind of what we invented. It was an experience that not only you could play in your home, but could just completely take over the world, right? One of the things when I was trying to figure out, you know, I came up with this game idea, what I wanted to do with it was which company truly understands how to bring a game to the world. And Paizo was just in the #1 position on that list because they have this thing called the Pathfinder Society, right? And the Pathfinder Society is this massive organized play program. They have this system of venture captains who sort of control a region, and below them are venture lieutenants who control like individual cities in which there are individual game masters and so on. And it's worked really, really well for the role-playing game, which is why they're the #1 role-playing game around, right? So I came in and said, well, I really want to do this game with you guys, and if we're successful, can we do a real organized play program? And we were like, oh, I don't know, how are you going to do that?
How are you going to set it up?
How are you going to do that, right? I mean, because it's a cooperative board game, card game. There's no model for that. There's no roadmap for how to build that. And so, but, you know, I mean, they have the best people. They have, like, Mike Brock as their overall coordinator and all their venture captains and such. I went to dinner with them at Gen Con 2 years ago now, and just said, guys, I don't know what I'm doing here. Can you help me? No, in all seriousness, like I don't know how to build this. I was around for the growth of the RPGA for Dungeons and Dragons, so I kind of knew about it some. I understood.
But this is a different beast.
It's really different. And so those guys just gave tons of feedback and tons of direction, and we made it all work out. So the general concept is that in your home game of the Pathfinder Adventure card game, you have a deck of cards that represent your character, and you go through an individual scenario, and you get some new toys, boons, and you put them in your deck, and then you might throw out some other ones, and over time it'll just model the character that you started with and get a little better along the way. And we went, wow, that's a disaster for an organized play program. Like that makes no sense. And so we designed a system of creating these things called class decks.
The class decks. We've been seeing them online.
Yeah, we just got them in Thursday morning,
which is fantastic because I saw that you guys were they weren't even be here.
That was scary as hell. But they got here like, and when I say right on time, I mean right on time. You know, like we were stocking the shelves as people were filing into the exhibit hall, right? Because they just arrived 10 minutes earlier. But anyway, they showed up. The idea is that you get a class deck. Like, I want to play a sorcerer, and there's 4 different sorcerers in there that you can play, and you can use any other character we've called a sorcerer in any of our other sets. You have a character card and a role card and a token card, which is like you would have in any other Pathfinder game, but you also have all the cards that your character will ever have in one deck. So the sorcerer deck will have some opening spells, you'll have a detect magic and a lightning bolt and so on. And then eventually she'll have really super powerful spells. And I say she, which is kind of interesting because up until this point, sorcerer meant one thing, the character Sione. And she, human, female, tattooed sorcerer, was the only sorcerer we had. But now it's like we have a male human, and a male elf, and a female dwarf, and we have different options for each of the classes and each of the. So we released 7 decks to start with. We have the ranger, the rogue, the fighter, the wizard, the sorcerer, the bard, and cleric.
Yeah.
I knew I'd hit a roadblock on the last.
You got it though. I was like, don't look at me.
You don't know. And so people get a class deck. They build the deck to start that they want, and then they play a scenario, and then they get told, okay, now you can modify your deck by adding in 1 card of the level that you just did, of the scenario that you just did. And then eventually, over a whole bunch of scenarios, you'll start moving through the standard progression. You'll get a lot better, and so forth. To do that, we needed to have individual scenarios that were unique to the game. So we have a whole bunch of new scenarios that come out, I believe, once a week, and though we have a bunch to start with, and you can. So that gives people new content for the game. And a really important thing is that all of this is usable in your home game. It's all completely intercompatible.
That's what I was going to ask just a second. I was waiting for you.
Yeah, it's all completely intercompatible. There's a whole bunch of new cards that were designed for it. And you might look at it and go, oh, the Bard deck has these gambling items. I want to use the gambling stuff for my new Bard character in Skull and Shackles, our new base set. That's great. It's totally usable. And so each organized play season is based on the base set that we're releasing at the time. So the organized play stuff is right now is based on Skull and Shackles, which is our pirate set. But we're going to expand that eventually.
We're not going to get into that, so don't get too excited.
No. Well, it's not like we haven't announced that it's going to happen. I'm just not going to talk about it because we're not even close to done with it. So I might as well not even bring it up because it's like,
I already tried.
No, look, there's demons. You're going to the abyss. That's what I got for you. And none of that's going to change. Beyond that, Lord knows.
And yes, I got this big smile on my face, and at the same time, I'm sure, all demons are probably going to be bad for us, but it's still exciting.
It's really not the nicest thing to do. But anyway, we'll have
a whole other subject.
That conversation down the road. Yeah. The cool thing is that we've gotten this immensely positive reaction. We see people walking out of the Paizo booth with all 7 class decks because they want to try every possible combination of I've got all the rangers and I want to run each of them through each of the scenarios.
And I like that because when you and I were talking at Origins, I think one of the things that almost kind of not necessarily annoyed you, but was a slight bit of a peeve was that most players are just playing as one class, one character.
That's right.
I mean, I've been Valeros, my wife's been Marissa. That's just been all we've been.
That's right. And I wouldn't say I was irritated by that, but what I would
give it a bigger chance.
But what I would get, the sort of flip side of that was that people would draw these conclusions of this is the fighter is this thing, and it can never be anything else, right? And we just wanted to blow that open. We wanted to say no. The fighter, there's a thread running through it. The fighter is very likely to be good with weapons. But that's it. We've got different mechanics, and we unveiled those, I believe, just 2 days ago, and people just went nuts. I mean, they started tearing them apart because now we went from having 11 characters that you could play to 40 in one day. Right, and then when you add the roll cards in, there's 120 different characters now you can play, and so it's just, I hope what it means is that people will find the thing they want to do, and it becomes a lifestyle thing where you go, okay, I've learned all I can possibly learn about this one ranger. I'm kind of tired of it. I'm gonna just swap that out and just not play a wizard now. But this one looks really good. And also, I mean, in all honesty, sometimes people would say, you know, dwarf ranger male. That's, you know, I'd love to play a ranger, but that's just not exciting to me.
Yeah.
Right? No. We got a half-orc ranger who is like, she doesn't say it, but she's really clearly evil, right? And so, you know, her flavor text that I wrote is her name's Rathak, and Rathak is the reason we can't have nice things, right? Because she's got a shield, a bandolier full of angel feathers that she's taken off of various angels that she's killed. Like, that's not what the base set Rune Lord's characters are like, you know?
So we're gonna get almost into some chaotic.
Yeah, we're gonna get to a necromancer.
I like that.
You know, it's just like, we don't want to lock down with like, okay, we have to represent the
Goody
yeah. Some of them are just jackasses. Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, we just want to see what people want to do. And so I think our goal with this whole thing was to give them the tools. We don't know where they're going with it. This is called Season 0 because it's a complete experiment. We're not fooling anybody. We don't really know what we're doing, right? So we're going to find out what works and what doesn't work. We're going to modify it for the next season, and we're just going to keep going as long as people will keep letting us go.
In a sense, that's kind of where we were with Rune Lords, you know? It seems like you're constantly even evolving it, and now you've got this Skull and Shackles, and I'm sure from there it's going to evolve into something else. You know, it's constantly changing. This is, it's the same type of beast that you're dealing with both accounts.
I mean, I've been through this before, right? I mean, when I was working on Magic the Gathering, when I was working on Dungeons and Dragons, the point being that you keep innovating, you stay one step ahead. You know, you say people are starting. We're not tired. Like, I think a lot of people who say, and I think you've even said it. You know, can we continue our Rune Lords characters after, right?
That was my first question in Orange.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with that question until I show you all the other stuff you can do, right? And then you go, well, wait a minute, I'd like to actually, it would be cool if I had Rune Lord stuff. Well, let me go try this gnomish, the gnomish trickster illusionist. Let me try that out and see where I get, right?
You know, the beauty of this, guys, and we have talked about this, you know, is that my wife and I did not come from an RPG background. We never played RPGs. Coming into Pathfinder, we were total noobs. And, you know, what this has done is it's opened up a door for a lot of new players to try to experience somewhat of an RPG element without actually experiencing an RPG, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. No, that's absolutely right.
But a part of an RPG is understanding the language, and it's hilarious that I can stand here and listen to you talk and I totally don't understand.
Right, no, I mean, it's all
from 1 year to what I'm in now.
No, once you're in it, right? I mean, you're just like, oh, necromancer. I want to be a necromancer, right?
I want to raise the dead, man.
That sounds good, right?
That's how we get the zombie apocalypse, though.
That is, Durago is the reason we have a zombie apocalypse. So yeah, I mean, that's what I hope. You know, I hope people give us a chance. I mean, it's very low cost. It's designed to be focused on stores and conventions because that's our lifeblood. We want it so much for those things, those organizations to continue to be have really good.
Well, you want to see their sales make it because I mean, if they're selling, that means it's good for you, and you can make more.
And so you know, I mean, like I'm talking really high level here. There's a lot of details we can talk about, but we're gonna have Tanis on here. She's gonna walk through it. But just really, I mean, if you're a Pathfinder adventure card game fan, even if you don't plan to be like, you know, buying all class packs or whatever, just go into a game store, right? Just go into a game store, play with some people you've never played with, play a character you've never played.
Just enjoy yourself.
Right, and it's just see what it's like, because I think it's just going to open your mind to a new way of understanding the game. And, you know, hopefully, as I said, we'll keep making it as long as people keep letting us.
And there you go, guys. I mean, that's what the character class decks are. I mean, we were all curious. And that's why I brought the master over here to explain it to us all. We got guidance now, okay? This is it. And now that I've heard it all, you got to admit that's a bit more exciting than what we initially thought, guys. Michael?
Always a pleasure, sir.
It's wonderful. Thank you for your time.
Yep.
Griffin Gaming, from new releases to pre-orders. Griffin Gaming. Enter in promo code GreyElephant for 5% off your order.